What's going on, everybody? Hope you are having a fantastic day. Today, we have a few things to go over, but before we get to our business at hand, I want to thank Kevin, one of my longtime subscribers, and a 2016 TRD Pro owner, Matt Gray, Crewmax. I never forget. He sent me a patch, Roanoke County Fire and Rescue. If you guys don't know, I absolutely love emergency service and military patches. So I thank Kevin for sending this to me. It will go up on the wall behind me, along with some of the other ones we sent me. If you would like to send me something like this to go on the wall, go ahead, tundradude34@gmail.com. Let me know you want to send something, and I'll give you the information. So thank you again, Kevin. I really appreciate it. It will be prominently displayed. Alrighty, now on to the business at hand. If you saw my video 2 days ago, Friday, you saw that I had to do a little repair to the TRD front sway bar. We used some JB Weld to pretty much epoxy on the little ring that is on the TRD front sway bar. And what that ring is for is it lines the bar up with the bushing in the truck. So we had to pretty much epoxy it back on. It looks like it broke during shipping. And as we talked about, the bar actually comes as is. And what I mean by that, it doesn't come in a box. So I guess in shipping it was kind of thrown around and beat up a little bit. I mean, the bar itself is totally fine. It's just a little scratched up, missing a little paint. But yeah, that ring was one thing that broke off. So I think we fixed it. I will show you it in a minute, but I will also tell you this thing as well. So since we started talking about the TRD front sway bar just coming as is, not in a box, I started to see that people are starting to receive them in boxes. So huge shout out to Sparks Parts for making it right, doing the best they can with it. VCG Construction, Vinny, was one of the ones who sent me the picture after I told him, like, here's some things to look out for when you get your bar. He sends me a part in a beautiful box. So, you know, good for him and good for you if you get that. If you do receive your bar not in a box, please let me know. I want to hear what kind of blemishes or anything you got going on with it. Mine is pretty beat up, but I guess it gives it character a little bit, and I think I fixed it. Just once again, I said this the last few videos, this is not the parts dealer that is not sending them in boxes. Toyota kind of sends all of these bars in one huge box to the dealer to sell in no box. Just ship them as is. And one of my complaints is the TRD rear sway bar comes in a nice box, sealed up, strapped in, beautiful red paint, no blemishes, no issues. So I guess this is more of the charactered up version of the TRD front sway bar. I mean, you're not going to be able to see it when it's on the truck anyway. I have the TRD Pro front skid plate that will be blocking it. So as long as it performs the way it should, which I have nothing to report on that yet because I don't know how it will perform. But yeah, so let's go check it out real quick and you can let me know what you think. So all I did here was use a little JB Weld. Well, the ring broke off and it was sitting over here. So I put it under where the actual ring sat, and then I put it around it so it wouldn't move, and now it won't move at all. If you guys know anything about JB Weld, it is awesome. So this should be good to go. This is what the one that's already on looks like. It's actually starting to crack through the paint, but you know, everything's fine. It's on there good. So we should be good to go for installation on the TRD front sway bar now. Now, most of you know this, but some of you may not. The Tundra is going into the shop on Tuesday. Liberty Toyota. Once again, we got some issues we got to take care of. If you didn't see my video a couple videos ago, I had a really rough Thursday. We ended up not breaking a wiper, but one of the wipers came unscrewed when there was a huge block of ice on my windshield, and the wipers were on when I started the truck, and it kind of unscrewed itself. So I screwed it back in, and the passenger wiper works fine now, but I still want to get it checked out to make sure we didn't break anything internally. So it's going to go up on Tuesday to get checked out for that. And while the truck is there, I always have them do other things as well. Not to mention that, hope you didn't miss this, my head dented my Platinum Pro Tundra. Yes, my nearly $70,000 truck was dented by this big old dome of mine when I slipped on ice on Thursday morning. So there's a dent repair guy that's going to be checking it out up there as well, because we got to get that dent taken care of. Some of you guys were saying that it kind of makes the truck unique and custom, and I love that. But you know, I really want to get it fixed. You know how I am about my vehicles, inside and out. I want to keep them neat, clean, and nice and straight. Now, dent repair is one of those kind of unpoliced type categories. And what I mean by that is he could look at this dent and be like, yeah, 50 bucks. Or he could look at this dent and be like, yeah, $800. So as long as it's cheap, it'll be fixed. If it's expensive, it's going to be a character dent. So that's the other thing that it's going up there for. And then we're going to take care of the seat recall. So the 2017 Tundras have a rear seat recall where you got to tighten down the rear bolts. Now, it sounds as simple as tightening down the rear bolts, retorquing, but they actually have to retorque all the bolts all the way around now. So I don't know if it's a retorque. What the gentleman was telling me, it sounded like they almost have to take the rear seat out and put it back in. Maybe not physically lift it out, but they have to do some other stuff with the seat recall to make sure it's good to go. So if any of you had the seat recall done, let me know if it's as simple as tightening some bolts or it's as complex as what I've heard. Now, also, while the truck is up there on Tuesday, I'm just going to have them install the TRD front sway bar. I'm tired of this thing sitting around. I keep getting delayed with putting it in. We were ready to go to put this thing in on, I think it was Friday. And thankfully, I showed the bar on my live stream on Wednesday, and someone noticed it was broken because I didn't even know. And so we fixed it, and I'm kind of sick of it sitting around. So we're just going to get the thing installed at this point. One of the good things about the truck going away again is what car will we get? Hopefully we get something sweet so we can review, drive around in, do some impressions. You know, I have my hopes set on a few, but we won't go there. We'll see what we end up with. You know, maybe it'll be a Raptor. No, I'm just kidding. If you saw my live stream, we had some fun with that. But yeah, you know, we'll see what happens. And as always, when I send my truck anywhere to get, you know, anything done to it, which it pretty much exclusively goes to Liberty because I trust them. I'm going to have them, you know, check and top off all the fluids. Very, very important, but even more important when you have something like a supercharger on there. You want to make sure all your fluids are good and everything is bueno. So yeah, the truck will be gone for a few days this week. We'll see what we get. I have a little bit of a laundry list for them to take care of. So one more time, we're going to make sure that front passenger wiper is good to go. We're going to take care of the head dent. We're going to take care of the seat recall, and we're going to do the TRD front sway bar install. And then we're going to do our impressions on how the sway bar feels versus the stock one. It's a lot heavier. The TRD front sway bar is about 30 pounds. The one that's in there right now, the stock one's about 17. So we will see if it works well with the rear sway bar, helping the truck stay planted, feel different, feel good, no body sway. We shall see. We will review. We will do impressions. But that is what this week will bring us. So I hope it's a little bit better of a week than last week, but we shall see. So stay tuned. But I thank you. If you have any questions, Twitter and Instagram at TundraDude34, TundraDude34@gmail.com. You guys have a great day.